After nearly 30 years of silence, a shocking whisper from Meghan Markle's past is echoing through the internet. Rumors claim that Joe Giuliano, the man long believed to have been Meghan's first husband, has finally broken his silence, and what he's allegedly revealed could shake the story of the Duchess of Sussex to its very core. For decades, Joe was little more than a rumor, a name erased from Meghan's public life. Never confirmed, never denied. But now, insiders close to the Giuliano family say he's shared something that might expose a secret Meghan hoped the world would never find out. A hidden daughter from the 1990s. According to sources in Chicago, a set of photos has quietly surfaced, first shared among close family friends, then leaked online. The images reportedly show a young woman in her late 20s with dark brown hair, gentle eyes, and a smile that looks eerily familiar. Those who've seen the pictures can't believe the resemblance. The same jawline, the same posture, even the same faint dimple on her left cheek that Meghan had during her early Hollywood years. In one image, the young woman stands near a Chicago cafe holding a small child. In another, her profile mirrors Joe Giuliano's calm expression perfectly. When people online started running side-by-side comparisons of her face with Meghan's high school photos, the results were almost identical. Freckles, eye shape, smile, everything. But what makes this story even stranger is that neither Meghan nor Joe has commented. So the question remains, if this young woman truly exists, why now? Back in the 1990s, the Giulianos were a quiet, traditional Italian-American family living in Chicago. Neighbors remember them as private but kind, the type who kept their curtains drawn and their personal lives hidden. Among them was a little girl with big brown eyes who went to church with Joe's parents. Everyone thought she was a niece. Then, one day, the entire family vanished. No forwarding address, no phone number, nothing. For years, the story disappeared with them until these new photos reignited the mystery. One former neighbor described the girl as sweet but distant, like she was holding on to something she couldn't explain. If the rumors are true, that child grew up believing she belonged to another family, while her real mother became one of the most famous women in the world. The alleged connection between Meghan and Joe traces back to a small Las Vegas chapel in the mid-1990s. According to reports, the two secretly tied the knot. No royal spectacle, no photographers, just a young couple chasing love. But within weeks, it was over. An annulment was filed almost immediately. Not a divorce, an annulment which legally erases a marriage as if it never happened. The case was sealed, leaving behind no records, no trace, no proof. Some believe it was a simple mistake of youth. Others say it was something far more deliberate. A quiet cleanup before Meghan began college and later her acting career. But there's one detail that makes everything even murkier: Meghan's age. University archives suggest that her Northwestern classmates graduated earlier than the official timeline she's shared. If she were actually born closer to 1977 than 1981, it means she would have been in her early 20s during that rumored marriage, not a teenager. That small shift in years suddenly makes the entire story line up. Old enough to marry, old enough to become a mother, and old enough to quietly start over. Altering her public birth year would neatly erase the overlap, removing the traces of Joe Giuliano and a child born in silence. For decades, every biography, every press release, and every royal document has followed that corrected timeline. But the cracks in the story are starting to show. To understand what may have happened, you have to understand the Giulianos themselves. Deeply traditional, family first, loyal to the end. They were close-knit, private, and protective. When Meghan entered their lives, she was different, confident, ambitious, and driven by a dream bigger than the family dinner table. At first, they adored her, but as inconsistencies appeared, stories that changed, timelines that didn't add up, doubt began to grow. Then came the pregnancy. Joe reportedly wanted to settle down. Meghan wanted freedom. According to whispers from the Giuliano circle, an agreement was quietly made. The family would raise the child, and Meghan would move on. No records, no names, no publicity, just silence. And so she left Chicago and never looked back. For nearly 30 years, Meghan Markle's story has unfolded like a movie. Perfectly written, carefully edited, and beautifully performed. But the past doesn't fade away. It waits. And sometimes all it takes is one photograph to wake it up. Today, as those images spread across social media, the world isn't asking who Meghan Markle is, but what she left behind. Joe Giuliano's silence, some say, was protection. The Giuliano family's disappearance wasn't fear, it was loyalty. And now, after decades of quiet, that loyalty might be breaking, because no matter how far someone rises, from Hollywood red carpets to Buckingham Palace, the past always finds its voice. One insider put it simply, "We didn't hide her to protect Meghan, we hid her to protect the child. Now that child is grown, and the truth, whatever it may be, finally has a heartbeat." Whether these claims are fact, fiction, or something in between, one thing is clear: Meghan Markle's story is far from over. And as this mystery unfolds, the question isn't what she became, but what she left behind.